Welcome to a new video. In this video, we will start working on the properties of the logarithms. We will just take a look at two properties. As you can see, in the rule 1, it says logarithm of any number where we have with the same base is equal to 1. As an example, let's say logarithm of 5 of base 5 is what? 1. Again, we need to consider that a should be different from 1 and a should be always a positive real number. And logarithm of 100 where we have the same base 100 is equal to 1. And for the second case, logarithm of 1 is equal to 0 in whatever the base is. For example, let's say log 1 in base 100 is 0, or log 1 in base, let's say 1 over 2 is again 0. In order to grasp these properties, you need to make practices, of course. And let's take a look at our first example. In the example, it says logarithm of 8 in base 8 plus logarithm of 6 in base 6 minus logarithm of 1 in base 25 is equal to what? So by using the first property, we know that this is equal to 1. By using this first property, we see that this is obviously 1, and by using the second property, we see that this is equal to 0. So if you add them up, then the result is going to be 2, of course. As you can see, it is very easy. Okay, let's take a look at this example. Logarithm of x in base 2 and the outer base 3 is equal to 0 in that case. What is the value of x? We need to consider the outer logarithm first. So just send this 3 to the right side as we did in our previous video. And once you do it, you have 3 comes here. And then that 0 was coming as a power to that 3, if you remember. And then this is equal to, just write down this expression as it is, okay? So it's going to be logarithm of x in base 2. So the left side is logarithm of x in base 2 and the right side is 3 to the power of 0. And everybody knows that 3 to the power of 0 is 1. So the right side is 1 and the left side is logarithm of x in base 2. Again, just bring this 2 to the right side, okay? So it's going to be 2, and then that 1 comes as a power to 2, so the right side is 2 to the power of 1, and then that x comes to the downside as it is. So just write it down. It's going to be x is equal to 2 to the power of 1, and if this is the case, of course, x is 2. Okay, if you want to check it, okay, let's check it together to see whether or not it is correct. So if you look at the very inside, okay, logarithm of 2 in base 2, this is already 1. Okay, now the question becomes logarithm of 1 in base 3. Okay, this is already 0, so the right side is equal to the left side. Okay, now let's continue with the next question. In this question, again, logarithm of x plus 1 in base 3 and then the outer base is 2 is equal to 1. So in that case, what is the value of x? Again, always in such questions, just start with the outer base first, okay? So 2 comes to the right first, and then 2, that 1 comes as a power to 2, so 2 to the power of 1, the right side is this, and then just carry the very inside, okay, which is this part, down as it is. So logarithm of x plus 1 in base 3 is 2 to the power of 1. And we all know that 2 to the power of 1 is 2, of course. So bring that 3 to the right again. It's going to be 3 to the power of 2. And then the left side is x plus 1. And 3 to the power of 2 is 9, of course. So x plus 1 is 9. To leave x alone, just send this 1 to the right side, okay? And once you do it, you have x is equal to 9 minus 1. For the people who don't know how I did that, I recommend you to take a look at, again, the shortcut videos. So once you subtract 1 from 9, then we have 8. So x is 8 in this case. Now let's continue with the next question. Okay, we have this question, and in this question, again, what is the value of x? So again, we're going to start from the very outer base. Okay, just send these 2 to the right and then just write the very inside to the down as it is. So just put it here. That means logarithm of x minus 3 over 4 in base 1 over 2 is equal to, because 2 comes to the right, so it's going to be 2, and then that 1, okay, this one comes as a power to the 2. So 2 to the power of 1, which is 2, guys. And then again the same thing, 1 over 2, just bring this base to the right, so it's going to be 1 divided by 2 to the power of 2. And then write whatever inside the parentheses to the down, so the left side becomes x minus 3 over 4. I'll continue here. If this is the case, x minus 3 over 4 is equal to, the square of 1 over 2 is 1 over 2 times, okay, let me just write it here, 1 divided by 2 to the power of 2 is what? 1 divided by 2 times 1 divided by 2. If you want to multiply the fractions, you need to multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. So 1 times 1 is 1 divided by 2 times 2 is 4. So the square of 1 divided by 2 is 1 divided by 4, and the right side is 1 divided by 4. And now just send this negative 3 divided by 4 to the right side to leave x alone. If this is the case, I don't have space, so I will continue to the very left, okay? X is equal to 1 divided by 4 plus 3 divided by 4. And now as you can see, we are adding the fractions. The denominator parts are same, so just add the numerators up. Okay, once you do that, you have x is 4 divided by 4, which is 1. So x is 1 in this case. There is another way to solve this question, okay? But before that, let me erase the board. Okay, we just solved this question and we found out that x is 1, guys. And I will solve this question in another way. Okay, you can think that, the result is 1, right? So here we have 2 as a base. That means, guys, here we should have 1, we should have 2, so that, logarithm of 2 in base 2 is 1, right? So let me write the inside logarithm of x minus 3 over 4 in base 1 divided by 2 should be equal to 2, guys. Okay, should be equal to 2. And then we can find x from here. So actually there's another property that this should be twice of 1 divided by 2, but because we didn't learn this property so far, okay, again, I'm not gonna solve it in this way. We will just solve the rest by using our regular way, okay? Just send this here. So x minus 3 over 4 is 1 divided by 2 square. Okay, 1 divided by 2 square is 1 divided by 4. If this is the case, x minus 3 over 4 is 1 divided by 4. Just send this to the right. X is 1 divided by 4 plus 3 over 4, which is 4 over 4, and which is 1. As you can see, we got the same result, okay? In this way, we can solve the same question and we can get the same result. We have a lot of rules other than those two, and we will take a look at those rules in the upcoming videos. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video.